Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, our today's lesson is about the phylum Annelida. The word Annelida is of Greek origin, which means annulus, and annulus means the little rings. The animals of this body have their bodies divided into the rings, or called the segmented body, hence this phylum is called the annelids. So according to the definition, a phylum of coelomates and usually elongated segmented invertebrates. So this is the definition of the phylum Annelida. That means that belongs to the class coelomates because they have the true type of coelom or the body cavity, which is originated from the archenteron, not from the blastocoel. And archenteron is developed from the splitness of the mesoderm, which is the middle layer of the which is the middle germ layer of the embryonic life. So the leeches, nares, and the earthworms are the well-known example of this phylum. Now we will discuss their important body characters. The first and the foremost and the important body character is their segmented body. So they have the elongated and segmented body. Their segments are complete, that means externally or internally as well. That means their body is not divided into the segments which are superficial segments like in the nematodes, but their body is divided into the two types of the segments, and these segments are separated by the internal walls which are called the septum. The segments are also known as the metamers, or you can say their body is metamerically segmented, which means the organs are repeated in every segment. Now, what about their symmetry? They have bilateral symmetry body because they belong to the grade Bilatria. That's why their body is showing the bilateral symmetry. And as far as their body organization is concerned, they are triploblastic organisms. They are triploblastic animals. The body develops from the three layers: the outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and the inner endoderm. And in the figure, you can watch all these germ layers. And the outer blue one is the ectoderm, then the middle yellow one is the mesoderm, and the endoderm layer is represented by the pink color. Next, we will talk about their alimentary canal. So the alimentary canal is complete, elongated and tube-like structure, extend from the mouth to the anus. And there are various regions in their alimentary canal, like the crop and the gizzard. Crop is a part of the alimentary canal where the food of the earthworm or the annelids is stored for the temporary time. And the gizzard is the portion where their food is ground into the smaller pieces. So they have the true types of the coelom. These animals possess a true coelom. True coelom means that their body cavity is of true type and is developed from the archenteron, which is formed due to the splitness of the mesoderm. And the coelom is divided into the compartments due to the presence of the septa. As we spoke of earlier, that the septa are the internal walls of each segment. Now we will talk about the locomotion of the annelids. For example, in the earthworm. Earthworm has the crawling type of locomotion. The locomotion of the body is by small hair-like structures called the seta. They are found along the segments in pair. The seta or the sheta are with or without parapodia. For example, the earthworm has the seta for the locomotion, and the parapodia is present in the nares. The difference between the seta and the parapodia is that the seta are the small hairs, while the parapodia are the long hair-like appendages. Now students, this figure will explain you the body characters of the annelids and their locomotion. So look at the body of the earthworm, which is segmented, so earthworm can stretch it. Its skeleton is fluid, called the hydroskeleton, because their outer body is glandular and secrete the mucus. And it has many hooks for the grips, which are called the sheta or the seta. To shorten its body, It has the longitudinal muscles which can be contracted, and to elongate its body, it has the circular muscles which can contract. Now students, we will talk about the circulatory system of the annelids. So they have closed type of circulatory system. That means the blood flows into the blood vessels and never leaves the blood vessels. The blood is red due to the presence of hemoglobin. The major blood vessels and the dorsal, aorta, and the ventral blood vessels. The number of the heart is 2 or more, but the pumping heart is only 1, and the rest of the hearts are called the pseudo hearts or the fake type of hearts. So students, here you're watching the circulatory system of the annelids, and the blood vessel is repeated in each segment of the body. As far as the respiratory system is concerned, there is no special respiratory organs in annelids. So the respiration takes place through the moist skin through the diffusion process. Unlike the respiration, annelids have the special organs for the excretion. So excretion is by convoluted tubules called the nephrodia, the nephridia, and each segment has its own nephridium, and the nephridial pore is open outside the body. So this is in the figure you can watch a convoluted tube which is called the nephridia. So each segment, a pair or more nephridia are present. Nervous system. The nervous system consists of a brain and the double nerve cord with a ganglion in each segment. Next, we will talk about their reproductive system. Their normal reproduction is sexual, and they are called the hermaphrodite organism because both of the sexes are present in the same organism, and the cross-fertilization is of common type. Asexual reproduction takes place through the part of their tail which is released, which grows into the new organism, and this is called the fission type of asexual reproduction. And during the sexual reproduction, fluids are transferred from the male pore to the female ovipore. Phylum Annelida has been divided into 3 main classes. These are known as class Polychaeta, class Oligochaeta, and the class Hirudinnae. Common examples of annelids includes the nares. Here in the figure, left figure you're watching the nares which have the parapodia for the locomotion, and in the left figure you're watching the sibilla. Here in this figure you're watching the earthworm, which is a well-known example of the phylum Annelida, and its body is covered with the clitellum, which is a reproductive device. This is in the figure you are watching the leech, which is from the class Hirudinnae. The animal of this class are ectoparasites, which means they are living on the outer surface of their host body. They have suckers at both ends of their body. On the anterior sucker mouth is present, by the help of which they suck the blood of the body of the host. The suckers help in their attachment to the host body. Now we will discuss finally the economic importance of the phylum Annelida. Annelids or the segmented worms are important because some of them aerate and enrich the soil, which keeps it fertile, and the crops can grow well in this type of soil. Medicinal leeches are the annelids that are used as in healing process. So this is all about the phylum Annelida. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.